Welcome to Game 2 of this qualifying match, ladies and gentlemen. The winner moves on to Day 2 of the qualifier. The loser, unfortunately, will have to try another time. Spawning in the 9 o'clock position, representing Team Cascade. Ladies and gents, he's 1-0 up. The Red Protoss, DMC. Spawning in the 3 o'clock position as the Pink Zerg player, representing Team Extreme Supremacy. Doing a fantastic job so far in this tournament, but now needs to win 2 games in a row to make it to Day 2. It's Elazer. So this is going to be pretty tense and pretty exciting as well. We had a very, very close game number 1. Elazer trying to pull out all the stops, but DMC just about managing to squeeze in with those Archons and doing an awful lot of damage. Just enough to keep the momentum of the army going and forcing Elazer to tap out. He'll have to do it one more game though if he wants to qualify. That's going to be the tough bit for him. Ooh. And we have Sneaky Snake coming in by the looks of things. Elazer expanding into the corner as his first base. This is interesting. I mean, the bases are really far away from each other on Bridgehead. But I would have thought he'd expand to the south, to be perfectly honest with you. And DMC is doing the equivalent to the opposite side of the map, you can see. Expanding over here. Feels reasonably secure. Expanding over here should also feel reasonably secure, but no, we're actually hiding that first hatchery. DMC must be wondering what's going on right now. Is he going to search up here? Oh, he is, and he's going to see it as well. So DMC is going to spot this. Elazer going to see that a probe is there as well. Right. Let's see what happens. It looks like a second drone is being sent out. Oh, wow. 4 drones being sent out just in case. And he knows it's so far away that if he's being cannon rushed right now, he has to send these workers out to try and defend against it. He has to be so careful. He's going into the corner. And it's okay. It's just going to be a transfer. So let's see what the thinking is and how this expansion in the top right position is going to end up for him. DMC in the meantime, just continuing to macro up. Cybernetics Core on its way. We have rocks, by the way, either side, so it just makes it a little bit simpler to wall off sooner. Notice how the 2 buildings are just instantly fine. So that's cool. He can break those apart whenever he feels like it. There are rocks to the top location, and we actually see a couple of Zerglings already starting to make some inroads into crunching them down. There are no such thing as rocks over here, just the one fat ramp, I guess you can call it. Not really a ramp, but it's a big entrance to this base. So maybe that's the reason it was preferred by Elazer, not wanting to have to deal with those back rocks. I don't know. But his third base is going to go down where we thought his natural was going to go. Looks like those Zerglings are going to be moving back after the Mothership Core has shut them down as well. So DMC is going to be wary of those back rocks for the rest of this game. And he's going to make sure that there are no attacks that take him by surprise that come via there, which is always going to be rather frustrating. And we have an Immortal being produced from DMC as well. Now, a bit too early to read into whether this is going to be some sort of Immortal in from him. We certainly saw a couple of Immortals from him before, and it wasn't specifically for an all-in. So we'll keep an eye on what he's going to be doing there. We have a couple more gateways going down right now. The Mothership Core, I think, is aware... No, it might not be aware of the Overlord over there that can actually see these gateways in plain sight. 3 base Zerg now, 2 base Protoss. Chilling out, waiting for the mid-game, waiting for the layer to come down. We'll see what kind of tech paths actually both of these players choose. Overlord now coming in. Gonna try and scout for everything that's going on. He'll actually be able to see the Immortal. So that's going to be pretty useful information. Sees the Robo as well. And that means Elazer's going to have to be prepared for any potential quick Immortal pushes. And alright, with this top right expansion, Elazer very, very quickly laying down as much creep as possible to try and get as much advance notice of any incoming attacks. I love that from him. That's going to be so, so crucial. It'd be nice if he had some coming out of the main base as well, though. It'd be nice to see some creep spread out to about here so that we can eventually join it up. But that's really nitpicking at this point. I mean, these guys are really good. They know what they're doing. And we'll see if his exclusive avenue of attack is going to end up being via the top here, and whether he wants to be making use of those rocks. We're actually walling this entire area off with gateways. A lot more gateways are being produced here, guys. So we are going up to 7 gateways and an Immortal. And we have a Warp Prism coming in with this as well. So this time around, it is going to be an Immortal Centurion, and by the looks of things. And well, that gets walked into in the middle of the map. Now, Elazer really, really wants to bait out as many force fields as possible very early on. Ideally before any of these units get anywhere close to attacking him. But with the War Prism, he's going to be able to resupply with sentries very quickly. And so far, DMC has not used a single force field. So is he just going to come via creep? I mean, Zergling's Hydrus is great. Very fast, very high DPS army. You just want to kill as much as you can, fall back. Kill as much as you can, fall back. And ideally, by the 4th or 5th engagement, you're actually whistling the army down to manageable levels. And you can just pump out that larva as quickly as possible. Elazer is doing everything possible to try and ensure that he can defend against this. He's got a lot of units, a lot of Lings, a lot of Hydras coming in at this top right position. Will it be enough, though? The War Prism with this army as well. And there's actually been space for a pylon very, very close to where we want to start attacking. And, ooh, is he going to be changing his target by the looks of things? He might well be. And these Hydras are actually going to take a very long time to whip around. So this could be very interesting. If the Protoss starts sieging up here, where the Hydras are very, very slow, maybe this is a better place for DMC to attack. Let's begin. The Immortals now starting to pound decent initial force fields, but a lot of the Hydra still doing damage. We need to see the Protoss moving back ever so slightly. He's actually moving in. These Hydras are the ones that aren't doing damage at the moment. The Immortals starting to get whittled down, though. Is this going to be enough? Look at how much DPS is in with these Hydras. If half of them were firing, this would be fine. But unfortunately, so many of them have still continued to do damage. Now these Zealots are going to be able to force them back a bit, but all the sentries have gone down. There are no more force fields for the rest of this attack. I feel like Elazer should be able to hold this now, because even if units survive, it's so difficult to wait for the energy to actually get those force fields. And yeah, that's GG. He's tried it, he's failed. Elazer did a great job defending against that. DMC tried to pick the best spot possible for that attack, but it wasn't enough, and Elazer ties it up, which means we go to a game number 3. The winner of this single game of StarCraft will move on to day 2 of the qualifiers.